Okay, hello and welcome to this Extortion Guild guide for finding the Riddler's Mindworm mount. It is one of the special mounts uh, in the World of Warcraft. And this video is going to cover everything you need to do in order to get it. I am Morgan, and you can reach out to me in the guild if you want to do this, because it is definitely easier with a mage who can work together with you to teleport you where you need to go. Having said that, the first thing we want to do is go to Dalaran Northrend. I'm going to go back to where we just started. So say you port in, or you make it to Dalaran Northrend. If you ported in, then this is where you would come, or the flight path is behind us there up to the stairs. You'd be coming down out of those. And so we're going to head around here, and we're going to go to the lounge right here. And we're going to come in here, and you'll notice that there are some bookshelves here. There are 3 together here, and then 1 off in the corner there facing at an angle. On the second shelf from the top, you'll see this page right here. So you're going to want to click that, and you'll see that of sea, spirit, and self is the text on the page there. And that's it for this. Now we'll move on to the next page. This entire guide is nothing more than basically amassing a series of pages as we go here. So we'll move on to the second page now. And that page is in Duskwood. So the easiest way to get to Duskwood is with your mage friend. You'll teleport or portal to Stonard. So we'll do that now. Alright. So we're just going to mount up and head to the west. And that is not west, but that is west. And Duskwood is here, and we seem to be pointed in a pretty good way. So the idea is we want to end up right about there in the center of the Twilight Grove. So we're pointed in a good direction. And we're entering Duskwood. Alright. You can imagine how long this might take if you didn't have a mage friend. Okay, we are here at the Twilight Grove, and you can see from the coordinates in the left upper section of the screen there that we are at about 49.3 by 33.9, and you'll see this page right here, right there. So we'll want to read that, and First of Lords to Fall. Alright, that's page 78. Now we'll be moving on to the next page. And the next page is located in the Firelands, which is a raid, a Cataclysm raid. The easiest way to get there is for you and your mage friend to teleport to Orgrimmar. Once we're in Orgrimmar here, we are just going to get out of the tunnel room and gonna mount up. And we are just going to point ourselves right up this way. So you see this peak here that's right in the center of the screen, the shadows in the distance there. We're just going to head toward that. Oh, you see some of the fire now that's in the center, very center of the screen. That's what we're going to head toward. Because that is the top of the instance that we need to go into for the next page. We're going to go to the right side of the building because that is where the entrance is. And for the purposes of this guide, I have already cleared this raid so that we can just progress straight to the things that we need to do. I don't believe that it matters what difficulty you have this set on. Normal, heroic, it's all the same, right? So don't worry about that. And we want to go up to the very top. You see the very top there is the Firelands. Where it says Firelands, there's a bridge there. And that is where we're going. So we need to go around through the trails here to avoid falling in the lava. If you haven't done this raid before, if it's your first time, or if you're just not sure how to get across, to form the bridge, you're going to want to come right here to this crystal ball, and you're going to want to click that. And you're going to want to pick it up and shake it vigorously. We're going to go ahead and let the little cinematic play through here, just for the sake of the video. Alright, now we have a bridge. Don't even have to pay the bridge trolls money to cross. we're just gonna proceed inside. Normally, as we got down toward the end, Ragnaros would be there, but he's already been defeated, as I mentioned earlier. So we don't have any of that to worry about here while we're doing this guide. Okay, and if you look right there, that is the page we need. So we're going to back up a little bit, and right by the burning font here, this flaming brazier, on the left-handed side is the page we need. So we're going to read that. The Wind, the Eye, page 161. Alright, excellent. Now, the next page is in Uldum. So the quickest way to get to Uldum that I'm aware of is to go to Dazar'alur. And then once we're in Dazar'alur, we are going to want to go to Silithus. And then from Silithus, it is just down here a bit. Right about right there at the bottom. Alright, so we're going to mount up and fly southward. Nicely set an improper waypoint there. Getting a bit ahead of myself, so ignore that. But now we have a proper waypoint, which is 70.4 by 78.0. That little add-on you see there with the arrow is TomTom. If you're not familiar with it or don't have it, it's great. Helps me get to everything I'm looking for, as long as I have the coordinates. And would you look at that? So you can see where we are on the map here. Just a little south and a little bit east of the Lost City. And we are going to, you see the page there? And we're going to read that. The plume, the tomb, the scarab moon. Alright. Excellent. Making some fine progress. Now, the next page. The next page is inside the Siege of Orgrimmar. So, what's the easiest way to get to the Siege of Orgrimmar? Well, we're gonna teleport to the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. Okay, we're just gonna mount up and proceed due east and downward a bit, about 30 degrees down angle. And if you look where we are here, we are on the map, you see the Mugashan Palace, and then there's this little circular feature right before it. We're going to go down into that, and there we go, directly into the Mugashan Palace. Now, for the purposes of this guide, this raid has also been cleared. Which presents a bit of a problem, doesn't it? Because that's a long journey back. Alright. So, we're gonna use our mage ability. This is why it's good to have a mage friend with you. And go back to Vale of Eternal Blossoms. I'd reset that instance hoping to at least start back at the beginning, even though it was cleared. That's not going to work in this case. So we're going to go to raid difficulty and set it to normal. And just do a little bit of battling. I mean, you know, this isn't too bad. Not even sure how much battling we have to do. If you're a 120 level character, in the Battle of Azeroth expansion, this should not be difficult for you at all. And we're just going to see how much we can skip here just to get down to the page. Okay, so we're not going to be able to skip this boss, unfortunately. So the object of this boss is to attack the main boss character that spawns in the center, and then there will be dark colored oozes that spawn and land at the periphery. You'll want to kill those, and killing those is what actually damages the boss. And this will be the last time. Again, it's the dark colored oozes that you want to kill because they're the only ones that will cause a damaging effect to the boss. Well, we're getting close. I thought we were a little farther along than we were, but perseverance. Of all of the special secret mounts that you can get in World of Warcraft, this is by far one of the easier, especially when you compare it to something like the Hive Mind. And might as well loot the chest since I'm here. Always vendor that. Those items go for what? Vendors 46, 12, 12, 25, 19. So maybe you can pick up a little gold while you're at it here. And perhaps even a T-Mog or two. Okay, we're going to want to stand here on the glowing pillar of light in the center and click the action icon. And you have a nasty shaw that formed at the entrance to the mine there. That's okay, we can deal with that easily enough. We can dispatch him back from whence he came. Alright. So, we want to pass through here, through this barrier. But we can't do that until we defeat these three. And now we're going to proceed. I'm just going to drag a bunch of the aggro with me as we proceed down the trail here. And we're going to head south through this gorge. The scarred Vale. Okay, and the mine entrance is the Big Blossom Mine down at the bottom left hand of the Scarred Vale there, so we're going to head toward that. And you see the Zeal, which is the shaw that spawned in the cut away scene. Kill that, wait for some of these other friends to catch up, and give them a blast wave. Alright, now let's proceed into the Big Blossom Mine. And we're making some progress. We're almost to the location of this page. There is another boss we're going to have to fight in this room to open the doors there behind Nurushin. This is the part where he tells us that we're not good enough to proceed and we have to pass a series of tests, or at least this one test that he has for us here. Alright, looks like he's finished talking, so we'll move forward and speak with him to begin the encounter. And we're going to click accept here. And that's going to spawn boss here in the center of the room. And he's going to accept us and open the door. At this point, we are going to proceed into the last antechamber here, the vault of Ishiri. And it is here in the vault of Ishiri. Let's make sure we're going to the right spot, in the back corner. So let's go that way. Might aggro a few of these, that's okay. They melt pretty well. Okay, here on the floor. This is where we are, in the back corner. A little nook, So in the left-hand corner of that nook on the floor is our page. This page says, "In snow, sand, and stone." Alright, so we have our page. Now, the next page is in the Well of Eternity. So what is the easiest way to get to the Well of Eternity? Alright. So, to get to the Well of Eternity, we are going to avail ourselves of our mage friend again. And teleport to Orgrimmar. And now we're here in the portal room of Orgrimmar. So we're going to want to go to the lower portal room, and for those of you who do not know where that is, as we exit the portal room in the corridor, there is a passageway to our right. There's one to the left also, but that is blocked off. There's one to the right, which goes downstairs. So we'll take a right, head on that way, take a right, head down that way, take a right, and we are in the lower portal room. Here in the lower portal room is the portal to the Caverns of Time. You can see they've left space for other portals here. As time goes on, it's assumed that they're going to use those for portals that don't exist yet. Okay, now we're here in the Caverns of Time. We can mount up, so let's do that. I always liked the Caverns of Time. I always thought this was one of the more beautiful and well-designed features, zones, areas in the World of Warcraft. One of the treasures from days long past. Descending down into the caverns now. And here we are. And then the Well of Eternity is just straight in front of us there, across the way. And all we have to do is just proceed this direction. And I have not cleared any of this instance, so whatever is back there is back there. Once we step through the Stargate here, it will just drop us out into whatever's waiting on the other side. Okay, so again, as a level 120. Shouldn't have any problem clearing this out so that you can get to the other side. Of course, I say that, and then immediately after I die. And this is also my first time through this instance, so okay. Did a little sabotaging there. Seems to be going alright. Now we'll see if perhaps... Nope, that one is still locked. But perhaps as Illidan moves toward it, it will unlock. We'll see. I hate to, there we go. I hate to look this up. I mean, we could always look this up on Wowhead if we're having any problems, or some of the other resources like Gamepedia, or our own website, extortionguild.com. But, since this is my first time here, I kind of want to enjoy it and just figure it out as we go here. But it's a bit of a fun experience for everyone that way. I'll try not to take too long doing it. Alright, look at that. There aren't too many pages left. And would you look at that, we even got an achievement, the Lazy Eye. And since I picked up that quest in the beginning, which wasn't necessary, I am going to stop and get my 9 gold and proceed. Right. So we'll just wait to be attacked. Looks like we've got 2 more. And we're going to speak to the dragon that showed up, and he is going to we're just going to skip ahead, skip the cinematic there, so that we get down to the ground. In the interests of saving you, the viewer, time. Okay, now we're going to proceed. Down the path here. And I believe, let's look, we're really close. Let's see where we are. Yes, we're really close. Apparently causing trouble to one of them causes trouble to all of them. Aggroing one aggroes them all. I did not know that. We are really close to the location of that page. I should try to maybe zoom in to make sure I'm not just missing it. There it is. Would you look at that? Blends in really well there. So, here in the right-handed corner of this set of steps, I'd give you coordinates, but there aren't any. So you can see my mouse location here if I zoom in. It's right in front of us. And we are right there. So, let's read that. Behold, the battle unblinking. Okay. While I'm here, this boss is right there, I vote that we move forward and just annihilate the boss. That's interesting. There we go, we got the achievement. Okay, so the next page is in the Canley Summit. So let's go there, the easiest way to get to the Canley Summit. Okay, turned in that quest and got a transmog while I was at it. Sorry about that. So, the easiest way to get to the Canley Summit is to take advantage of Mage Vendigan and port to the Vale Eternal Blossoms in Orgrimmar, or in Pandaria. And gonna come over here to the Flight Master. And I believe that, let's make sure, because the place we want to go is actually about 32.6 by 51.7, so let's take the flight path to Winter's Blossom. That seems to be about the closest one we can get to. Right. So we're going to mount up and head toward the monastery north of us there. And you'll see on either side of the entrance to the monastery here are these two cats. And on the cat on the left, between its two paws, what do we find? We find one of our pages. Bejeweled Watcher. Alright, so that is this page. Alright, so now let's move on to our next page, which is in Uldum. Again, the easiest way to get to Uldum is to go to Dazar Lore. And take the portal to Sacrifice. Alright, we have passed into Uldum. Now we're going to go about midway between the Halls of Origination and the Cursed Landing. So let's point ourselves that direction. And have a nice, peaceful, leisurely flight down that direction. Turn off the UI maybe and just have a nice flight for a bit. Okay, now we're getting really close here. You see these figures. I'm gonna fly down here a bit. Now I'm gonna turn around. Okay. So you see the figures of the almost Egyptian looking figures here. Well, if we come over here to the one that doesn't look like a Horus guard. And down on its pedestal, on its base, we find one of our pages. Ray of Sunshine. Now, if you have made it to this video via the Extortion Guild website, then you'll be able to find the script that I'm about to use there in the page. If not, then in the comments in the description of this video, you'll find the link to the accompanying guide to this video on the Extortion Guild website. Please feel free to go there and avail yourself of the guide. I'm going to run this script, so we're going to paste it in. Going to move a couple things around, and you'll see that page 1 or step 1 through 8 has been completed. Alright. So, having completed the page finding journey, I want to make sure I keep this offhand for a bit so I can get a screenshot of that later. Okay, so the final step here is to proceed to Westfall. Westfall, you say? Well, Westfall is in the Eastern Kingdoms all the way over here. So what we want to do is avail ourselves one last time, because we're almost to the end here. Avail ourselves one last time of our mage friend and teleport to Stonard. And I'm actually just going to take the flight path here to Gromgol. Once I get there, I'll mount up and fly north. Alright, so we've landed in Grumgul, and we've just spent the last hour grinding, traveling through the world, reading pages. And we want our mount. So let's head north into Westfall, northwest a bit. Alright, we're going to want to proceed toward the coastline here at Westfall. And we're going to want to go to 30.4 by 27.4. And right there, this beautiful gift of the Mind Seekers. Let's open that up, and you'll see that we have our Riddler's Mind Worm. And there we go, we have now added the Riddler's Mind Worm to our collection of mounts. And that is it for this secret mount guide. Again, you can find this guide in our tips and tricks section at extortionguild.com. And if there are any others, then please feel free to reach out. There's a comment section on this guide on the page, and we'll be sure to add the guides that you want. Until then, have a great night and enjoy your World of Warcraft.